They mocked her, laughed, and ordered her to remove her uniform, convinced she didn't belong. Just a waitress, they thought. But when she turned, revealing the unmistakable military tattoo on her back, the entire room fell silent. Moments later, the base commander walked in, and everything changed in an instant. What happens next? Let's start the story. The Silver Hawk Military Base Cafe was always bustling during midday, a place where soldiers, officers, and civilians grabbed coffee, sandwiches, and a brief moment of normalcy amid rigid discipline. For Emma Carter, the cafe was simply a job, serving coffee, clearing tables, smiling through the chaos. Her dark hair was pulled into a neat bun, her posture straight, her manner polite, but quietly distant. She wore the cafe's basic uniform, a fitted black t-shirt with the logo on the back, dark jeans, and an apron. But beneath it, something far more significant was hidden. On this particular afternoon, 3 young officers swaggered into the cafe, fresh out of training but already soaked in arrogance. Second lieutenants, full of themselves, intoxicated with the tiny power their new rank gave them. They spotted Emma wiping down a table and exchanged smirks. "Hey, waitress," one of them barked, snapping his fingers. "Yeah, you're not supposed to wear that shirt. Civilians don't get to pretend they belong here." Another added, "Take it off. You're not part of this base. You're here to serve coffee, not act like a soldier." Snickers followed. Emma's jaw tightened, but she said nothing. She'd heard worse before. "Yeah," the third chimed in. "Bet she's never even held a rifle." The comments grew louder. Patrons turned their heads, but stayed silent. After all, these were officers. Challenging them would stir more trouble than anyone wanted. One of them stepped closer, invading her personal space. "You heard me. Off with the shirt. You're disrespecting the uniform." Emma slowly set down her cleaning rag, eyes cold but controlled. "This shirt's the cafe's uniform," she replied. "If you have an issue, take it up with my manager." "Nah," one sneered. "We'll take it up with you. Right now." As one reached to grab her sleeve, Emma turned, and for the first time, they saw it. The unmistakable ink sprawling across her upper back. A tattoo of the Elite Special Operations Airborne Unit's insignia with the words, "No one left behind" beneath it. Below that, service stripes, deployment dates, and a set of airborne wings wrapped in laurel. The laughter evaporated. The color drained from their faces. The tattoo wasn't decorative. It was the real deal. Not something anyone would dare wear unless they'd earned it through grueling years of combat, blood, and sacrifice. Before anyone could speak, the heavy steel doors swung open with a loud clang. In stepped Base Commander General Marcus Trent, a towering figure whose presence instantly straightened every spine in the room. His eyes scanned the scene, immediately locking onto Emma, then the terrified lieutenants. His face darkened. "What is going on here?" he demanded, voice sharp as a blade. The lieutenants fumbled, stammering half-formed sentences. She was swearing." Silence. Trent snapped, stepping forward. He turned to Emma, voice softening with familiarity. "Sergeant Carter, good to see you again." The entire cafe went dead silent. Emma gave a small, respectful nod. "General." Trent then swung back to the lieutenants. "Did I just hear correctly that you demanded this decorated combat veteran, one of the finest soldiers I've ever had the privilege of commanding, remove her shirt because you assumed she was—" "What a fraud." The men looked like they wanted to vanish into thin air. "She served 12 years in the Special Operations Airborne Unit." Trent continued, voice rising. "Completed 4 combat tours. Rescued over a dozen soldiers under enemy fire. Carried wounded men out of burning vehicles, with bullets flying past her head. She holds a silver star and a purple heart. And you, little boys, decided she didn't belong here because she happens to be wiping tables now." Nobody breathed. "Let me be very clear," Trent growled. "Her service gives her more right to walk these grounds in any shirt, uniform, or attire than any of you 3 combined." He stepped closer, his face inches from theirs. "And if I ever hear of anyone disrespecting her or any veteran like this again, I will personally ensure your careers end faster than you can blink. Is that understood?" "Yes, General," they squeaked. Louder. "Yes, General." Good. Now get out of my sight. You're confined to barracks pending formal review for conduct unbecoming an officer. The three scrambled away like rats fleeing a sinking ship. As the doors closed behind them, Trent turned back to Emma, his stern face melting into a smile. Didn't expect to see you back on base. Emma chuckled softly, tension finally draining from her shoulders. Just a job to keep busy, sir. Civilian life's quieter, most days. Trent nodded. You're always family here. If anyone forgets that again, you let me know directly. Appreciate it, sir. Word of the incident spread like wildfire through the base. Within hours, the entire military community knew what had happened. The three lieutenants became infamous overnight, mocked, reprimanded, and ultimately reassigned to remote duty stations where their arrogance wouldn't hurt anyone else. But something else happened, too. Soldiers, old, young, active, retired, started coming by the cafe, not for coffee, but to shake Emma's hand, to thank her for her service, to remind her that real respect isn't worn in rank, it's earned in sacrifice. And as Emma wiped down tables the next day, she did it not with humiliation, but with pride, because beneath her simple cafe shirt was a story of strength, survival, and a legacy that no one could ever strip away.